Good afternoon and welcome to GrainTV. It's October 1st, 2013. To my left is Logan Burgess and I'm Brock Schimberto. We had a mixed trade one day after the USDA reports. Let's start with a fire tip to see how we ended. Corn was down 2.5 cents. Soybeans off 14 3/4. Wheat in Chicago up 2 3/4 cents. And Kansas City, once again, the leader to the upside, up 5.5 here today.
Yeah, Brock, kind of seemed like a continuation of what we saw yesterday. You know, those September 1st grain stocks certainly gave the market a shock yesterday. Take a look here at this slide, just recapping what the USDA reported yesterday. And the big number here that people were really focusing on was 824 million bushels of corn reported in those September 1st grain stocks. That was well above what the trade was expecting. Soybeans, a similar situation there, higher than trade expectations, and wheat coming in on the low side of trade expectations. So we'd expect here moving forward wheat to show relative strength compared to corn and soybeans, something that we've seen a little bit in the last couple weeks, but certainly with yesterday's report, we'd expect that to continue. Take a look here, though, at corn in particular on the daily candlestick chart here. You can see that right now we're pushing the recent contract lows. We're going to have to go all the way back to about September 2010 to find a lower trade on this DS13 corn contract. And this was the first close that we had below 440 here on corn, really in recent memory here. So certainly right now, on the heels of yesterday's September 1 grain stocks, that was very bearish for corn, and a corn market that really is going to have issues finding a bullish story here moving forward. I'm pretty worried about corn, a little bit more so than beans at this point.
You know, beans, we do see us selling off here once again today. We're down another 14 cents, coming on the heels of over 30-cent losses yesterday. Right. But if you look at the technical picture here on the soybean daily candlestick chart, you can see that we should be meeting some technical support here relatively shortly. We are at the top side of that channel that we have been trading in for the better part of about a year or so. So I would anticipate this holding some support. We are getting close on the RSI index, the relative strength index, of being oversold, or right in the 35 area on that number. Yep. Oversold is technically right around that 30 level. So we are coming close to that. I would anticipate us getting a little bit of technical support here. And really, we've seen the fundamentals already start to pick up just a little bit. We saw a soybean sale going to China today for 113,000 metric tons. So I think we should see some more of that to continue as we move forward.
Yeah, you know, another thing that will kind of, I think, weigh on corn a little bit more than soybeans here moving forward is that all expectations for this corn crop are still looking fairly good. That's not really the case with soybeans. That's been reflected in the price action that we've seen for much of the month of August and September here now as well. So I guess that kind of just solidifies our opinion here that maybe soybeans might find some room to rebound here. But bottom line, looking at corn and soybeans both, we are certainly in that time of year where the bullish story might be a little bit harder to find. Yesterday's crop conditions report really showed that this crop is very mature right now. 63% of corn is mature, 67% of soybeans dropping leaves. And certainly the data that we got out from Planalytics today confirmed that this crop is rapidly maturing.
You know, we have seen a substantial, if you take a look at this greenness map here provided by Planalytics, we've seen a substantial drying across much of the corn belt here over the last couple of weeks. If you take a look at what we're looking at for late September greenness compared to what we were in mid-September, we have substantial vegetation decreases across the Midwest. That really just shows that these crops are maturing, they are being ready to be harvested, and really the harvest weather looks pretty good for the next couple of weeks. Right. You know, this weekend we look like we should get a couple of precipitation events, rather minor events in all likelihood. So we should be able to see harvest progress rather quickly in the next couple of weeks. Harvest progress was a little bit behind the 5-year average for corn, but right within analyst expectations for soybeans. So we should see that move along rather quickly here in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, certainly that's another thing that could weigh on prices as well is harvest pressure that continues to hit the market as it moves north here. We'll help keep you posted on that. Just talking about what could support prices, it's going to need to come from the demand side now, it seems like. And tomorrow we will be getting the EIA ethanol report out. We see ethanol crush margins pretty good right now in the state of Iowa, sitting around $2.70 a bushel. We'll have to see if that's reflected in tomorrow's EIA ethanol production numbers. We'll be tweeting about that report as it comes out live. At GrainTV is where you can find us. And then, as always, we'll be here in the afternoon breaking down the action from the entire trade day. That's all, though, we have today for a Tuesday in the grain market. Thanks a lot for joining us on GrainTV. We'll see you tomorrow.